Now, on the trip to South Africa, you talk about how you see this as an opportunity for kids to be inspired to learn about how other kids their age and other cultures are approaching things, and just traveling and learning about language and other cultures really can have a pronounced effect on people.
I think that the most significant thing that I'm getting from this is watching girls get ready to become international women. They are going to be global girls and planetary mothers. I just seeing the progress of them from January to now. Also, one of the things that I've been thinking about is, having gone to a couple workshops recently, I was at the London School of Economics a few weeks ago talking about the school, and they were talking about Detroit and some of the other cities in Europe who had been sort of one industry towns that had lost that industry, and how they were rebuilding and recreating themselves. And one of the things, there was a guy there from the Brookings Institute, and he talked about one of the things that Michigan has started doing is thinking about being exporters. And this project gives us the opportunity to prepare kids to be exporters of information. So now we're looking at, I'm thinking international consultants on urban gardening. So I'm no longer saying you need to just get a job, you need to go to college and get a job. I'm saying create an international agricultural or agribusiness organization and start sending consultants out, and they're all from here. Where better? Or if we start talking about starting school gardens and school farms, then I can send one of my students to do the presentation. I don't have to go. So as we prepare them, travel in and of itself liberates you. Having a worldview and never leaving the neighborhood is tricky. Now a worldview for these 7 girls and their children also includes having been across the world, having seen how other people live, and having a foundation and an academic intellectual structure to hang that on when you get there. If we just said, okay, we're going, and we get there and they don't know anything about the country, anything about the cultures, and there are 9 official languages in South Africa, so it's not just one monolithic culture. So this is a great first place to go. We're already talking about this same group of girls going to Ghana in January to do some work on a farm at a school in Ghana. So again, now we're talking about exporting all kinds of information and thinking of yourself as the teacher, the consultant, not just the student. So how does that play out for your kid? That group of kids that we took to Talladega have graduated. We only have 2 students left out of the 9 girls who went. So their children have grown up on a college campus. How very different their lives have been than girls whose kids don't get to leave the neighborhood. So now, if Tiffany's daughter, Nicole, if Tiffany goes back next year, Nicole will be 3. That's probably old enough for her to leave the country safely. So now, Tiffany's gone for 6 months to do a project in the township. Nicole is speaking probably 5 languages by the time she comes back, because she's still learning language. So if Tiffany becomes an international agricultural consultant, Nicole will be a multinational, international something. I mean, you just do better than your parents. So it should just grow.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Baldwin. I'm 18. I have a daughter who attends Catherine Ferguson Academy with me. Her name is Nicole. She is 2. I'm part of the Super 7, 7 students from CFA that are going to South Africa for a Youth Urban Entrepreneur Conference. We will be doing a presentation there, and after that we will be going to Soweto and teaching them how to set up community gardens, and we'll even be setting up a greenhouse.
Some of the lessons that you've learned about working in the garden, what has that done for you on a personal level?
It's done a lot. Just I've learned a lot of different things. Like I learned that the more sun a leafy vegetable gets, the higher the iron content. So, and then I've learned that you can't grow things in like certain type of soil. Like you wouldn't be able to grow just like a tomato plant in clay or anything like that. But it has helped me, I guess, on a nutrition level more than anything, because working with the gardens, I've learned that there are things like pesticides that I would not want to eat. And when I go to the grocery store and I get the apples and they're all waxy and sparkly and pretty, I'm like, oh, it looks nice, but it's not always.
Has it changed your approach to what you eat in terms of appreciating food from a different level now that you've grown food?
It's I appreciate food more because it's like hands grew this food, hands picked this food. It also it takes a lot to grow food. It's kind of like a little tiny miracle. You have to put the plant in there, and you have to cover it, and you have to water it, and you have to wait and wait and wait. And when something finally sprouts, you're like, yes, we got it. And you have to take care of it, and you have to kind of almost fall in love with the plant and kind of nurture it and make sure you have to get the little, pick out the weeds. You have to water it every day. It's a very nurturing process. You learn how to become more comforting.
Has what you've learned at the academy here in regards to gardening and even working with the animals helped you make better nutritional decisions for what to feed your daughter with all the, the garbage food that's out there that appeals to little kids? Has this helped you at all?
It has helped me because Nicole, I remember one time we were out in the garden, she was like, look, mommy, leaves. And I picked up, I think it was a piece of lettuce, I picked it up and I ate it. She's like, huh, and she goes, and she picks it up and she eats it. I'm like, is it good? She's like, yeah, it's good. She even got some more and started eating more. It's pretty much about exposure. I know about these fruits, I know about these vegetables, I know where I can get them, I know that they're healthy. And if they're good enough for me to eat, then they're good enough for my daughter to eat. So I eat carrots now. I've always eaten carrots, but I eat certain foods now that I didn't eat before, like asparagus. I just tried asparagus. I love it. I eat it now. So Nicole now eats it. My daughter eats it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much, when it comes down to that, it's pretty much about exposing your children to different types of foods. That way they get to pick what they like, what they don't like. If you expose them to a lot, you won't be upset if they don't like tomatoes. You can give them the broccoli or you can give them the spinach. You won't be upset if they don't like the Brussels sprouts. You can give them the carrots or the peas or something.